Potentially? Okay, so then in your mind you'd have to say, okay, where do these insurance folks hang out? There has to be an association for people in the insurance business. So instead of maybe in your case going and getting involved in, hello. Okay.
Any organizations that you can think of, Amy?
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's not my particular area of expertise, but again, just as an example, if it was pension and it was an insurance company, you would want to find out what associations the insurance folks were involved in and go to those events versus going to the events where there's going to be a lot of other financial folks in the room. Does that make sense? Yeah, so who's the one that brought up Rosetta? Was that you? Yeah. Seth? No, Seth is right here. Sorry, what's your name? Robert. So Rosetta, they do web marketing and email marketing and SEO and a lot of stuff online. They moved into a really nice building downtown. If you guys haven't been there, check it out. So if you were interested in working for a company like that, then obviously you would want to get involved in companies that were part of an association for web designers, or even AIGA, which is the association that graphic designers are associated with in this area. There's a Cleveland affiliate. You could do AAF, that's the Advertising Association Federation. That might be one on the advertising side. So that's a little bit more in my area, American Marketing Association. Some of the more general ones, as I mentioned, Cozy. Now again, that's small business, but they have over 16,000 members. So that's a great place to just network and connect, and they do hundreds of events throughout the year. Local Chamber of Commerce, believe it or not. You know, they probably have student rates, or they're fairly inexpensive to join, and you can come as a guest as well. That's a great opportunity to meet people in your area, or maybe in a city. Say you wanted to work in Beechwood. Beechwood has a great Chamber of Commerce. So Chamber of Commerces, I think, are really good. I joined a lot of women's groups because I'm a female entrepreneur, but on the referral and networking side, it wasn't as helpful to me, but it was helpful in referring other business and maybe personal issues. You know, I need somebody to, I need a dry cleaners. I just moved to Chardon. Well, one of these women said, hey, I've lived in Chardon 20 years, go here. I mean, simple stuff like that you don't think about. You know, you can connect with people, not just for business purposes, but on a personal level too.
I was also going to suggest this worked for me personally.
Sure.
I got into the business, trade. I looked at trade publications. Even the national publications always have a local section, and they're going to highlight what activities are going on in the Cleveland area. And you go to those events, but you go more than once. You know, most times people go and then they never go back. So if you go on a repeated basis. Additionally, I would strongly look at community organizations. I was a member of Kiwanis for a long time. You have to go in with a sincere attitude. Not like you're looking for something, but you know, certainly a cause that you're very much interested in, and going in with a giving spirit. You'd be amazed what's going to flow from that. So it's just a couple of ideas.
No, that's a great point, and I think that jogs my memory a little bit. Our ad sales director, she joined the Sales and Marketing Executives of Cleveland, and she actually sat on the board. That's the other thing. If you find an organization that you like, and there's, again, she joined specifically for business, there's potential referral business there or contacts in that group, get involved. Sit on the board, volunteer for events. Like you had mentioned, go to more than one event. I would really say getting involved in the organizations. Two of the women's groups that I was a part of, I actually sat on the board for 12 or 13 years. And the people on the board were the ones I ended up networking with versus the people that were coming to the events, if that makes sense. So I would say get involved, stay involved, show interest, and I think that'll serve you well versus occasionally going and saying, well, that's not a good group for me. You know, you went once. So that's a good point. Thank you. Anybody else?
You may have touched on this, I may have been out of the room.
Yeah.
Anything on LinkedIn or
Oh, sure.
networking like that you can comment on?
Yeah, we could talk about that. We have a debate in my office. I'm the oldest one in my office. Everybody is, well, besides two people. The majority of the people in my office are 30 and under. So they are the ones that manage our Facebook and our Twitter page. I cannot manage it because I don't have my own Facebook page. So I cannot be an administrator of our CBC magazine site because I don't have a page of my own. But LinkedIn I use a ton. It's a business professional online networking service, if you guys haven't heard of it, but I'm sure you're very savvy in this room and you have. And for instance, the National Kent State Alumni Board has a page and we can all link in. And what I really like about it is it separates us out into friends and groups and I don't know what some of the other associations. So if I just want to talk to a specific group, I can just send, like for this female entrepreneurship event with Ariana Huffington, I've been pushing that towards all the female entrepreneurs in my LinkedIn group. And I have, I think, close to 500 connections. And so I use it. I use it a lot. Facebook just recently announced a change. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Their pages are going to be very different than they were before. And a lot of folks haven't made the change, but check out Macy's. A lot of the retailers are already on board. They have a huge image in the front. It looks like a web page now. It looks much more like a web page, and it's much more integrated, and there's a lot of things that you can do. And for designers, it's going to give us an opportunity to help our clients, whereas before they're like, we don't need you. We're managing our own content on Facebook. It sort of looks the way it looks. There's not much you can do. But they are giving the opportunity to folks to make the pages look a lot more like a web page. And it just happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So most pages that you look at have not made that change, but Macy's was one that I looked at. Target was one that I thought was doing a really good job with the new format. But other than LinkedIn, personally, excuse me, I don't use social media, but the company does. And we have to. We publish a magazine about connecting. So we have a calendar in the magazine, online and in print, that has over, 50 different networking events going on in the city of Cleveland. So that's a good resource for you as well. They're not biased to a specific organization or a specific industry. As long as they're open to the public and people submit them on time, we'll list them for free in the magazine. And we do that online as well. That's a great place to find out, what's going on in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. Did I answer your question? Anybody else? No? Okay, well, feel free to take a copy of the magazine. And again, my contact information is in there. I did not, I might have 1 or 2 cards in my purse, but I didn't grab a stack like I normally do. So I apologize for that, but I'm pretty easy to reach. And James knows how to get a hold of me as well.
Renee, will you be able to stick around for maybe just
Sure.
10, 15 minutes
Yep.
as people, we get ready
Sure.
for the next section that they can ask some questions of you that maybe they didn't feel comfortable asking
Yeah,
on the mic?
of course, sure.
So-
I'll be here. I have to leave at 3:15.
Perfect. That'll work.
Okay.
Well, thank you
Thanks,
for-
everybody.
thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. Good luck.
We have a little bit of a break. Our next session is supposed to start at 3:30, so please feel free to grab something to drink. We should refresh that shortly, and feel free to mingle.